The first question is, how do you set your product apart from other sellers with the same products? This is an excellent loaded question, right? This is the key. This is really the key question that we're all trying to answer. I'm going to go, I'm going to find a random product here. So I am looking at sleep sacks. So let's just pretend you wanted to start a brand around baby clothing, something like that. And the first product that you're kind of targeting or looking at are sleep sacks. Now, sleep sacks sell extremely well on Amazon. And the nice thing about sleep sacks is that there's a ton of different brands selling extremely well. So it's a great place that you could just come in as a new brand and find a way to get some sales. However, you do need to be very, very aware of the market. I mean, I don't want anyone to be naive or negligent thinking, oh, yeah, just because I looked at some numbers. This is the mistake everyone else makes that you see all over YouTube and other places of, oh yeah, baby sleep sacks. This is the hot product. This is the product to sell. They come on here and they just come up with some sleep sack and say, okay, I'm just going to throw a sleep sack out there and, it's going to sell because I looked at the numbers and tons of people sell these. You have to be a lot more strategic than that if you really want to be successful and protect yourself. So again, how do you set your product apart from other sellers with the exact same product? Well, looking at sleep sacks right here, there's all sorts of different features of this product. That's kind of the first thing you want to nail down. Let's go to let's do Halo because Halo is one of the biggest brands out there for sleep sacks. This is a pretty basic product. If I'm looking at this one right here, this is pretty basic. There's not a whole lot of features here. But if we think about this in extreme detail, we could break this product down into every single little core component. So for a zipper, you could either have a zipper or you could have buttons, right? There's some of these that might have buttons. You can have a zipper cover right here at the top or no cover like this. You can have right here on this part, you can have it sewn or you can have it come down and be Velcro. You can have it come down and be buttons. For the sleeves, you could have no sleeves, you could have short sleeves, or you could have long sleeves. It could be weighted, it could be non-weighted, it could be a plain color, it could have a design. There's so many different aspects of this specific product. So if we go back here, we can see it a little bit better. If we look at the big picture here, again, kind of going back to, let me try and zoom in just a hair, going back to the different components of this specific product. So if we're just looking at this row right here of these ones, I'm not even looking at the price yet. We're just looking at the components that make up this product. You've got this one has a zipper cover down at the bottom. This one has a zipper cover at the top and it's a button. This one, see how the zipper on this one comes all the way down to the bottom? This one, the zipper cuts off right here. This one doesn't have a zipper. This one has these strappy things. This one also has this funky, whatever this is. We could click on that, find out what that is. There's this little tag. This one zips. It looks like it zips at the bottom, maybe all the way up to the side. Again, we could click on it and find out more. This one is gently weighted. This is 100% cotton. This is 100% organic cotton. So you see, like, just from looking at these, there's so many different little aspects of this that can determine what our product offering is. Not to mention how you bundle it. You could sell two sleep sacks. You could sell a sleep sack and a swaddle. So a swaddle would be, I don't know if you'll see one on here. A swaddle would be one that has like the Velcro. Oh, here we go. So like this would be like maybe a sleep swaddle because it has the Velcro. You could sell a swaddle and a sleep sack. You could sell two sleep sacks. So thinking about all these different little teeny pieces, the design of it obviously is a big one. Here's some with the sleeves. Remember we were talking about how they have sleeves or no sleeves. There's so many different directions you could take with this type of product. And that's part of setting yourself apart from everyone else out there. You kind of take bits and pieces of these different products and think to yourself, okay, all these are selling. Like if we check the Jungle Scout numbers, we're looking at the Jungle Scout data right here down below to see what the sales volume is on all these different ones. I'm just looking at the daily sales. I apologize if this is really small on your screen, but it's D sales right here. 612, 534, 306, 571. And these are all different brands. Burt's Bees, Hudson, Halo, Nested Bean. Mind you, these are all big brands. Like these are all really well-established brands. But the point being, all these brands are getting sales. They're all different. They all have slight modifications to their products. They're all a sleep sack, but they all obviously have little teeny different design elements that are different, and they're all selling really well. So you just need to think about, how can I set myself apart from what's already out there? The big question that I always ask myself, or I would encourage you to ask yourself, is why would someone buy my product instead of blank? And that would be your competition. So if I was going to start a brand selling baby stuff and my first product was a sleep sack, I would write down the question and ask myself, why would someone buy Andy's sleep sack instead of Halo? Halo is this one right here. Like I said, it's like one of the biggest brands for sleep sacks on Amazon. You have to be able to answer that question. If you cannot answer that question with confidence, you need to go back to the drawing board. Not saying you need to go back to the drawing board and find a completely different product idea. You just need to go back to the drawing board and say, why is someone buying my sleep sack instead of Halos? So again, that might come back to the design elements, as far as people buy my sleep sack instead of Halos because my designs are better. Like, I have really cool, unique, different designs. Mine isn't just solid gray or blue and white stripes or pink with clouds. It has a really cool watercolor design. Or people are buying mine over Halo because mine is made with 100% merino wool. I saw one of those on here. Check this. All these other sleep sacks we're seeing on this page are like 18, 20 bucks, right? Oh, this one's 41. But check these dudes out. $100 for one sleep sack. 333 reviews. I actually checked the Jungle Scout data on these guys. They're selling around 200 to 300 a month. So not crazy sales, but crazy good profit margins and crazy good reviews, meaning people like spending $100 on this sleep sack for some reason, probably because of the fact that it is merino wool, 100% merino wool. So it's a premium quality fabric. Like I said up here, you're looking at, it was like 200, 250-ish, and then a really big spike during fourth quarter holiday season. But again, how you set your product apart from all the other sellers selling the same thing, just ask yourself that question. Why would someone buy Andy's sleep sack instead of Nested Bean? How are you different? How are you better? What's unique about your product that someone would buy over Nested Bean? Because that question right there is the exact question that's going through a customer's head. When they scroll through this and they find, let's just use these two right here. Let's pretend I'm shopping for a sleep sack. I'm pretty open-minded. I didn't search for Halo sleep sack. I just searched for sleep sack. I'm open-minded. I just want to see what's out there. They get to this part on the page and the customer is thinking to themselves, okay, these two are interesting. Halo, I've heard of them before. I remember Karen over on Instagram mentioned it. And Nested Bean, how come Nested Bean is $37.99 and these guys are $21.99? What's so special about Nested Bean that's making them $37.99? Reviews are pretty good, 4.5 stars. They have 2,000. Then you're just looking at the photos thinking, okay, do I like the idea of this? What is that? How come I don't see a zipper? Right? You're just thinking through. And then as a customer, you're probably going to open both of these and say, what is it about this one that is better than, they're not going to see Jungle Scout data right here, probably, unless they're like me. But they're going to come through and they're just going to like kind of look here and be like, oh, that opens from the bottom. Grow with me adjustable snaps. And then they're going to think to themselves, is this intriguing to me? Like, do I like the idea of this gently weighted with the adjustable straps and things? Or would I rather go with the simple Halo design? And obviously there's people who buy both kinds because we've seen the data. They each are selling really well. There's just different markets out there. So this is really kind of also going into phase 3, which we're going to be moving into here soon for a lot of you, is developing your product. So it's developing your brand identity, developing your product itself, nailing down your ideal customer avatar. Who exactly are you selling to? What are they looking for? Are they looking for a weighted sleep sack, or are they looking for a non-weighted sleep sack? So all that kind of plays into effect with that.